Hi, I'm Navid Ansari, and in this video I'm gonna show you what blueprint is in Unreal Engine 5. So without any further ado, let's begin. We have this simple project, okay? So any logic in your game you can do with blueprints. First thing in blueprint that I want to show you is in this blueprint top here in open level blueprint. The open level blueprint is when your level is run, okay? So it's a global class for your game, for your level. So if you click on it, it will open this event graph for you, okay? So first thing first, if you right click, you can create a node. Node is all of those conditions that you can apply to your game, okay? So for example, first node is event begin. So with that, I just right click on my mouse and search for event begin, okay? So where this event begin trigger, whenever your level run, this event begin play will run once, and there is another event. If you right click and search for event tick, this event will run 60 times per second if your game is set to 60 frames per second. But if your game is set for 30 frames per second and you lock it to the 30 frames per second, this event tick will be run 30 frames per second. So what is this run that I am talking about? When an event is triggered, this execution pin execute whatever is connected to it. So for example, if you hold a left click on it and drag it, you can do whatever you want. For example, I want to print a message in here, okay? So when your level run, this event begin play trigger once, and this execution pin, because it's connected to this input execution pin of this print screen is a string, so it will print hello in here, okay? So let's just test that. Hit compile, save it, and after that just run your game, and in here you can see that it says hello again. Let me show you again. It says hello, okay? So again, let's just open up this open level blueprint, and that's what this execution pin is for. But if we delete this execution connection in here by just right clicking here and break all pin links and bring this down, or leave it wherever you want, and connect this to this execution pin on event tick. So you know that event tick trigger 60 times per second if your game set to 60 frame per second. So if we compile it and run it again, run it, and you can see it print hello world 60 times per second. No. So let's just again go to this blueprint level. I want to drag this and put it in here, so we can go to the tab of our game, our scene, and after that just go back to our event graph, okay? So again, let's just delete, break all pins links in here. I want to do it this way just once, okay? All the nodes have properties. You can see that the property that this node has is a string, input a string. So you can see this time we said hello and it will write it. But we can use a variable to set this input a string in here. There is a lot of way to do this, but you can create it from here on variable. I want to call it message, MSG for message, and change the type of it to a string, okay? So now that we have this, we can drag and drop it here and get the message from this variable and put it in here. And again, let's just connect this execution pin to this input execution pin in here. So whatever message we put in this variable, it will be shown in this print. But for changing this string, we should compile first, okay? And now we can set it here. Hello from Unreal Magic. Okay, so there are some property to these variables, like variable name that we set it to the message, the variable type that is a string, and you can see that all the type of the variables in here that you can select has color to it. So boolean is red. I don't know the name of the color for all of these, but you can see the vector is yellow and double is green, and it will show you what type it is in color. Okay, so we want to use a string that is this color. Okay, so the next property is instance editable, if it's editable or not. And next property is blueprint read only. If you hover over it, it show you what this property is. So in this case, whether this variable can be set by blueprint nodes or if it's read only. If you set it, if you check this, no other nodes can edit this variable. We don't need that. There is tooltip. You can give it a tooltip to tell your level designer what this node is doing. So for example, message to be shown. Okay, for example, so whenever the level designer or whoever want to change something in our game, they can hover over variable and it show them that tooltip that we create. Okay, I don't want to talk about all of these right now because I want to create a playlist of video for just blueprint because it has a lot to it. I can't explain everything in just one video. It will get boring for just variable take this time. Okay, so with that, in this print string, you can see that we have this arrow in here. If we click on it, it will give us more option. Okay, so for example, this input here is red. What is this red? So for example, we can create a variable here and tell this print string if it should print it to the screen or if it should print it to the log or both. Okay, another way to create a variable, just right click on that input and tell it to promote to variable. Okay, so it will create that variable for us and it will be here as well. So should it print to the screen or not? So first of all, we should compile it, and in this case I want to say no, don't print it to the screen, but print it to the log. And again, if we can right click on it and prompt it to the value to the variable, but we can set it right here. Okay, another thing is text color. That is a linear color structure. That is another variable that you have in Unreal Engine. Again, you can right click on it and prompt it to the variable, but you can set the color in here with this color picker. Okay, and hit OK and it will give you that color. If you want to print your message on a screen, in this case we don't want to do that, the direction tell the Unreal Engine how long it should, this message should stay on the screen, and after that should be disappear. Okay, this time is 2 seconds, but again, we don't want to print it to the screen. Where do we want to print it? Okay, so let's just compile it, save it, and let me show you where we want to print it. If we run our game, we won't see any message in here anymore. Okay, so let's just stop this simulation, go to Windows, go to output log and enable it, and you can see there is all the logs of our Unreal Engine game is in here and we can read through them. Okay, right click and clear all the logs so we can see our log. Okay, run your game and you can see in here, if you go down, you can see that our hello from Unreal Engine Magic is in here. So we have the message in our output log, okay, not on our screen. So if we want to have it in our screen, okay, again, let's just open this event graph and this print to a screen variable, I want to print it to the screen as well. So for that, let's just click this variable and tell it to print to the screen again, compile, save, and after that let's just run it, and you can see it has our color to it and it will show it to the output log as well in here. Okay, let me give you some tip in here. You can see there is a lot of logs in here and we don't want to see them, we just want to see our messages. How we can do that? If you just find your one of your messages in here and just copy and paste this log blueprint user message, copy it and paste it to this search log, and it will just show you your message. Let's just clear it again, and if we again stop it and run it, and you can see it's just showing our log, not all the log that Unreal Engine make. Again, let's just go back to the event graph in here. You know everything right now about variables, right? We can create it here, we can create it by prompt to the variables. Let's just stop our game and delete all the variables in here. We did delete this as well, and of course you know that we can set it over here. We don't need to prompt it to variable. There is a time that we need that, but in this case I don't think that we need. Another thing, let's just delete this execution link in here. There is two ways to create a node. One way to right click and search for your node that you want. Another way to create a node, just hold your leftmost button on here and drop it here, and you can create your node in here, and it will automatically connect the execution pin to that new node that you create. In this case, I want to tell you whatever comes to your mind, Unreal Engine 5 Blueprint has it. For example, I want to find a delay function in here, so just search for delay and you can see it find us this delay. Click on it and it will create this delay for us. Okay, everything is self-explanatory in Blueprint, and if you hover over any of these pins you can see what they are doing. So for example, this duration pin is length of delay, so it wait for 0.2 second, and if we change it to 2 seconds it will wait 2 seconds, and after it wait 2 seconds it will execute whatever is connected to this completed node or completed pin. So let's just connect it to this execution pin of this print screen, and with this you know what will happen when our level run. This event begin play will be triggered and this execution pin cause this delay to happen, and after 2 seconds this delay will be completed and it will execute our print screen. So let's just compile it and save it and run our game to see what will happen. So it will wait 2 seconds and after 2 seconds it showed the hello world. Okay, another thing that I want to show you in here, you can create a comment, and always you should do that. For creating comment in here, just select whatever you want to comment and right click on one of them, create comment from selection, and in here you create that comment. In this string in here, it's just for readability of your blueprints. So in here I want to say print my string. Okay, so the benefit that this comment has, first, when you want to move your blueprints, you can just select your comment section that is here and change its position, and you can make your blueprint more readable and more organized with this. And when you zoom out, you can see it, you know what this section is doing. It's just printing my string. In this case we don't need to comment, but when your game is getting bigger and bigger every day, you need to comment everything, so after some time you know what you have done till now. Hope it was helpful for you. It's my honor to have you at the end of this video. There will be more video about blueprints, basic and beginner guide, and after that we will create a cool game with all of this knowledge. If you are beginner with Game Maker, I have a playlist of Unreal Engine 5 beginner playlist that I think you should watch, because there's a lot of tips and tricks that you can't find in any other course, and I practically show you how pro is doing their game in Unreal Engine 5. With that said, please, if you want to help me, hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. It helps me a lot. It motivates me to create more videos like this for beginners and even intermediate and pros. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.